Well, it's that time of year again. For the last 2 years, and now this 3rd year, the FOG LAN party has hosted a Need for Speed Championship race at this notorious course you see before you now. This treacherous course. The fabled Summit Assault we all know and fear. This time, however, it's first time being sanctioned by the newly organized Formula FOG. We'll see some new faces. We'll see some old faces, some veterans, and some rookies. But one thing is for certain, each one of them knows this track all too well. While this is not an official race for the upcoming season, it is sure to give us a glimpse at what is to come in the first ever Formula FOG Championship season. Summit Assault is one of the shortest races these drivers will face, coming in at just 12.6 miles, though it is still one of the longest time-wise with just how low speed it is. Some things to note is a whopping 10 hairpins and 4 90-degree corners. One thing to note, the hairpin you see on the far left of the track, which functions as more of a double apex sort of turn and turns our drivers onto the famous part of this race in Eagle Crest Mountain Park. Now let's take a look at our starting grid. First up is Carson Rucker, a heavy favorite to win today's race. He won 2 years ago on Summit Assault, and he sure would like to repeat that success today. Next up is Bryson Bergquist, one of the newer drivers on the grid and a master in the Zonda. He'll look to make use of that today in his racing. Next up is Justin Oliveira. And now we come to the defending champion, Nathan Smith, a veteran of this game who loves Summit Assault, and is looking like he may very well repeat his successes this year. Now we have Stenson Bergquist, a consistent top performer who's just aching to get his first win. Now we have Cameron Lubitsky, another seasoned veteran like Nathan. He consistently performs well. Now we have Brian Gates, one of the newer drivers on the grid, another consistent top performer. We'll see how he is today. And now finally, Jefferson Cannon, the one true rookie of the group who's looking like a favorite going into today as well, but can he keep up with Carson Rucker? We'll know in just a few moments. And now, it's time to go racing at Summit Assault. And the 2026 LAN Party Grand Prix is go! Starting off on board with Bryson Bergquist, who immediately makes up a position jumping past Cam. He looks to pass Nathan as well, who defends. But Bryson swings by him on the right, and he now has a view of the leaders going into turn 1, who go 4 wide. Carson just sneaks by on the inside, now is the lead. Going up to Brian, who tries to take the outside on turn 2.
Stop hitting me!
Into the runoff zone. Oh dear, total disaster for Brian Gates, and he knows that he'll have a lot of work to do to get back in this race. Now jumping up to the leaders, it's Carson Rucker in first, Stenson Bergquist in second, and Jefferson Cannon in third, right behind him. Let's take another look at this move by Carson, how he takes the lead. The first 4 essentially get swept off the track by Stenson. He just has a clean path right through, and now is an outright lead. So early into this race. Now there seems to be a battle developing between Justin, Bryson, and Nathan.
Check this out.
And Bryson is calling a shot here. He takes the inside, and he gets by both of them.
Oh my
what a move
goodness.
that was! That was marvelous!
Yeah. Where has this Bryson been?
Bryson's impressed with himself even. Now Stenson seems to have taken the lead momentarily, but Carson and Jeff just take it right back. They're now on their own. They got to make a massive separation away from Stenson. Now coming out in the shortcut, Jeff swings wide. He pulls up beside Carson. They go side by side approaching this hairpin. Jeff has the inside, Carson swings into him, and Jeff blocks him and takes the outright lead for the first time this race. Let's take one more look at this move by Bryson. See, he already has the lead over Nathan. Justin makes a mistake, swings off the track, and he just goes right by. What a clean little move.
Where has this Bryson been?
Where's this Bryson been, he says. It's so true. Now Bryson has outright P4. Looks to be making a move on his brother now. But here come Nathan and Justin right back. Nathan swings by on the right, and Justin drives him off the track. He starts sliding, and he crashes.
Wow.
He spins around. Oh,
wow.
dear. Bryson Bergquist crashes.
Wow.
Now he parks outside the road to try and stop Brian for some reation, and he crashes again. Brian will certainly have a few words to say about that.
Me and Kevin.
And now Bryson's car won't start.
The car's
Oh,
dead.
dear.
You ruined my race, bro.
Total disaster for Bryson Bergquist. He had such a good start too, but you have to think he's out of this race at this point. Now another look at the leaders. It's still Jeff in front, but Carson swings around the inside trying to take the lead. But Jeff gets the better exit and takes the lead right back from him. Now into the next hairpin, Carson tries to take the inside again. He might actually get by this time. He has the speed, but Jeff just barely shoots back out in front of him somehow. I don't know how Jeff did that. Here's another opportunity for overtaking. Jeff can't quite defend the inside, and Carson gets by, finally retaking his lead. Let's take another look at this incident between Bryson and Justin. See, Justin just drives him off the road. Bryson clips the barrier, starts sliding. He might have been able to recover it if not for that traffic there. But just complete and total disaster for Bryson. He has to be so disappointed after the start he had. Well, now the battle for fourth is between Nathan and Justin. Nathan currently has the advantage, but he can't commit to the drift here. And Justin takes advantage and just swings right by on the inside. What a nice little move that was. Now jumping up to Stenson Bergquist all on his own in P3. He's really been all alone for this whole race, really trying to catch up with the leaders. We'll see what happened here on this first hairpin. Right, he just cuts in too early, makes the wrong angle, loses a ton of speed, tries to catch back up with his nitrous, but he makes contact with oncoming traffic, soaks up all his speed. He has no nitrous left, just no catching up at that point. And now jumping up to the ongoing battle between these two leaders, these two favorites. And now is the perfect time for Jeff to make a move to try and retake this lead. They both take the shortcut, but Jeff has the nitrous, he has the speed. He just blows by Carson and takes a massive lead coming out of this shortcut. You almost have to think Carson wasn't expecting that type of move. And now suddenly Carson Rucker has a lot of work to do in these final 2.5 miles. The racing we're seeing between these two is just delightful, isn't it? They look like mirror images of each other. They follow the same drift, so smooth, so crisp, getting perfect exits. But Carson suddenly has a lot more speed than Jeff here. He's actually caught up already. He might even get past him on this next hairpin. But no! Their drift patterns are too similar, they go bumper to bumper, and Jeff maintains his lead. But Carson has a slipstream now, he has nitrous, he tries to get by, but Jeff defends again! Now we come to the final hairpin of this race. Carson tries to take the inside. He might get by, but Jeff has too much speed. But now Carson has a slipstream again. He has the nitrous. He has the speed. He gets the top speed for the first time in this race, but he can't get by. He can't get by again. Jefferson has the lead. Jefferson Cannon is going to win this race. He keeps the lead all the way to the Twin Flares. And for the first time ever, Jefferson Cannon wins this fabled race. Jefferson Cannon is the winner of the 2026 LAN Party Grand Prix. The action sure isn't over yet, since Justin Oliveira crashed and Brian takes advantage all the way back up to P5 now. But let's take another look at this final overtake. We see here it's on the shortcut, a very high-speed part of this race. Jeff takes advantage. He had his slipstream, he had the nitrous, he just shoots by. And now Nathan Smith looks to be closing out the race in P4. Now continuing with this finish, this is the second to last hairpin of the race. The two are tit for tat, bumper to bumper, just marvelous driving between these two. We see how hard it is to overtake other drivers on Summit Assault. Really easy to defend. And now Brian Gates looks to be finishing out the race in P5. Justin will take P6. Cameron will take P7. And once again, let's take another look at this finish to the race. You see, for the first time, Carson gets the top speed. He had a huge slipstream and a ton of nitrous. He just can't get around. He clips the back corner of Jeff's car, and it's just, there's no passing at that point. And rounding out the grid, we'll see if Bryson decides to finish or troll a little bit. He may get the DNF, we'll see. And it's a DNF. Not much of a difference between DNF and 8th place here. But what a marvelous race that was. That was beautiful, spectacular driving between those two leaders. Congratulations to Jefferson Cannon.